Hello and welcome, Rangers. I'm Joe, here with me is my co-host Dan.
Hello and greetings.
And welcome to the Zeo Reviews. The first episode is Every Dog Has His Day. And this episode is really good. Not gonna lie. I mean, come on. We find out that Kat used to like to help out with the dogs that were in the police force back in Australia. And so she's helping train a new police dog called Smokey for Lieutenant Stone and Bulk and Skull. I mean, they could use an intelligent officer on the force, so she's helping them out in this work. She ends up taking care of the dog and bonding with him. Smokey takes off at one point. Kat goes after him because Bulk and Skull were supposed to give him a bath, and they kind of screwed that one up. It happens. Screwing up is like 70% of what they do. The thing is, she tracks Smokey to mountains, whereupon she's just ambushed. Now, she did hear that they plan to roast the entire city with lava, was actually sent me a trick to lure her there so that they could ambush her, which actually is a pretty clever ploy. And the monster is specifically designed to fight her. She has her own tricks. She proves herself to be resourceful. Now, I mean no offense, but this is almost the first time we see how resourceful Kat can be. And she does a bang-up job. Damaged communicator and puts it on Smokey's and tells him to go find the others. He tracks down Tommy and the rest at the juice bar, where Tommy and Rocky are working out and Billy's helping them. And so we get a sense that the three are bonding again. Smokey shows up. Smokey drags him back. Smokey then, have I said that enough times? Then ends up bringing back her communicator, but he doesn't just do that, but he finds her morpher and drags it over to her. She had sprained her ankle in the ambush, not her fault. She then fights off the one enemy pretty darn well, but her ankle kicks in, despite her being morphed. The others show up to help her a little, even though she's done most of the work herself. The episode ends with her being thanked for having trained Smokey. Generally, this is a pretty good feel-good episode, but you also get a good sense that Kat is a fairly resourceful fighter in character. To rate it, I'm going to say this thing's at least a 2.5.
Yeah, I agree with 2.5.
You know what, I'm going to revise my review and say this is my rating and say this is probably a 3 for me. I like it as much as I like the Rocky episode. We see that Kat has been training because her skills in previous episodes are not comparable to them in this one, but it still feels like she's still got a lot to learn, so it's a good almost Padawan learner level episode. What I mean by that is that she's still an apprentice in comparison to the three boys, but you see the progress. She's resourceful and clever, and yet she's different from Kim. And I like that. I don't want to see Kim. I want to see Kat in this episode. And she does a great job. This is a really good episode.
And that is something that I'm actually enjoying with Zeo so far. That we see Kat as a different person than Kim.
Yeah. The next episode is basically a puppet show episode or clown show episode. Ugh. Rocky, Kat, and Tommy are basically doing nothing all episode long except sitting there. While Adam invited Tanya out to the beach for a date, for training, he doesn't exactly do a good job training Tanya. He's not doing a great job teaching her because he doesn't want to criticize her and doesn't really want to strike back. And his training, when you compare it to how he trained Carlos later in Turbo in Space, is so taking it easy. He's taking it so easy on Tanya that it's so pathetic. I actually think he's doing more harm to her as a fighter and a ranger. He's not pushing her as far as he should or he could for training, so she's not going to be as well equipped to handle what threats are to come. So in this way, he's harming Tanya's potential. He's a good boyfriend, but not good at training Tanya here.
He's too emotionally invested.
And you can see that the two characters are warming up to each other. Tanya is obviously trying her hardest, and she's also trying to please him. It seems like she can compartmentalize a little better than Adam, but Adam can't. That's the interesting part of this episode, and that's about 4 minutes of the episode. The rest of it is the stupid clown show. So overall, I'm going to rate this episode maybe a 1/2 star.
1/4 star. In many ways, I'd rather see the pilot than this episode. Just the puppet show was
horrid. I only rated it as high as I did because of Adam, Tanya.
Same.
This is a pairing I'm actually starting to get behind, and I'm starting to kind of get why people love it so much. That's all for now, and if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to smash that like and subscribe button as though you were Rocky and Adam double whammying a ooze monster. And remember, Rangers, may the power protect you.